Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now for this video, I'd like to review a horror Blu-ray that I watched just last night. Now the movie is from 2023. It was written and directed by Colin Krawchuk, and it stars Lila Symington, Delaney White and Michael Sheffield, and that movie is called The Jester. Now, as per usual, before I say anything further about the movie and give me thoughts on the storyline as a whole, I'll just read you the blurb at the back, just in case you're not familiar with the movie. Right, now this is described as Terrifier meets Wishmaster. Oh, I don't know about that. The Jester is the latest horror mastermind to come to our screens. Now, after their father is found dead in an apparent suicide, estranged half-sisters Emma and JC, that's Jocelyn, are invaded and tormented by a malevolent Jester. Now, as they fight to survive the night, the sisters are made to confront their painful past and strength to face up to the evil, demented figure that seeks to destroy them. The mind of the Blair Witch Project creates a new epic horror. So there you go, guys. That's the synopsis for the 2023 horror movie, The Jester. There's some stills. There's the Jester. There's the titular character, the Jester, clad in his orange suit. And there's the main protagonists, the two half-sisters. Yeah. All right then, guys. On to my thoughts on the movie as a whole. Yeah, it was a pretty average horror movie. Nothing really special. It's basically like this mysterious figure known as the Jester. You don't really know too much about him and that, really, his origins. And he basically just keeps popping up everywhere to torment these two half-sisters. Now, the movie starts off really good with a real bang, because, the father, of the girls, he's sort of like he's left one wife, and he's remarried again. So he's on the phone to the sister who's become bitter, because he buggered off, when she was very young, and that, left her, so she's very, very bitter. But Emma, very, very bitter. So she basically doesn't want anything to do with him. He's on the phone and that to her in the streets and that, this deserted street. And she doesn't want to have anything to do with him. And then, she basically, that's it. And the next minute, Jester comes behind them, just pops up out of nowhere, this mysterious figure clad in an orange suit and a top hat. As I say, don't know anything about this character, what his intentions are, but that I suppose in a way it gradually does, that sort of unfolds as the movie goes on. But a very, very mysterious figure, doesn't say a word, and he's all mime, and he does these mimes and that, he has a pack of cards and that, and he does all this sort of miming and that, and it culminates in something very unpleasant, let's just say. Basically drives the father to hang himself. And then, basically it looks like he's committed suicide. And then the story moves on then to the story of the two, to the bad feeling between the two, the half-sisters, Emma and Jocelyn. So it's basically their story. And the Jesters are kind of he sort of pops up every now and then to torment them, basically. If you're looking for a movie, guys, with a lot of gore, you're not going to find it here. You're not going to find the Friday the 13th. You're not going to find the Halloween. It's basically more of a psychological family drama story. There's a couple of kills peppered throughout, but he's not really, they're not really the kind of serial killer like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees or Freddy Krueger. So you're not going to get, you're not going to get much of that. It's, as I say, it's more of a kind of character-driven story, The Jester. Now, I must admit, when I first started watching it, I thought, oh, this is good. I'm enjoying this. Because I thought we've got a new horror icon here. It looks as if they're going to make more movies of. I don't know if they are but as I say, pretty average movie. I don't think I'll be going back to it, guys. So I'm going to put on eBay or give it to CX. But where it went downhill for me, guys, I didn't like the part where, because it was two stories in one. Because you got the father's ghost popping up every now and then, appearing to Emma, and trying to give us some sort of message in that, about why he left her and that, he buggered off and that when she was very, very young. And you get these surreal images and that, go the father going back to the past and that when Emma's a little girl and that, So I thought that was a bit weird and that, could have done without that, because it was like two stories in one. It was the Jester, up to his tricks going around the streets and that. He kills one or two other people as well. It's set on Halloween, by the way. Halloween night, how convenient, he should suddenly pop up on Halloween nights and that. He terrorises two small boys out trick-or-treating, and then two cops confront him as well in a shop and that after Emma She runs into the shop complaining she's being stalked by this mysterious figure in an orange suit called a Jester and that, you know, and she says he cut his throat and he fell down on the ground, then he got up again, you know, and the cops just, yeah, you know, and you look at each other like, you know, and laughing, like Halloween night, it's probably some fella in a Halloween, you know, the usual thing, what you get in these kind of horror movies, it's probably some fella in a Halloween suit and that taking the mickey out of you. You know, you'd always get that in horror movies. The cops are very, very cynical, you know, they don't believe when anybody goes to them complaining, do they? Look for the you know, the nearest, like, logical explanation. Well, you get that here, like, and yeah. But as I say, it's a pretty average movie. The story, it had a good premise and that, but at the end of the day, guys, I didn't like the ending. I won't reveal the ending and that, but I, you know, I just didn't like the ending and that. You know, it's a bit weird and that. So yeah, all right then, guys. On to a rating now for the Jester. As I say, it's a very average movie. So I'm going to give the Jester a 5 out of 5. I don't think I'll be keeping it in that. You know, it was a nice colour. You know, and he really stood out in his orange suit and that. You know, and he was kind of weird and that. Yeah, but this was based on a short movie that was made a couple of years ago. The Jester, a short movie that was on YouTube, I believe. Something along the lines of like Terrifier and that, you know. I think they were trying to emulate him a bit, Art the Clown, but I didn't think the character was as good, guy. I didn't think the Jester was as solid as you know, the other characters and that, you know, Art the Clown and that, and Jason Voorhees and, you know, horror characters like that. And as I say, like, all he was doing, he was just popping up in the street and that, you know, now you see him, now you don't, sort of thing, and that, and doing his miming and that, you know. And then, as I say, culminating in 1 or 2 bloody kills, yeah. But I'll leave it there, guys, yeah. Okay, then, guys, that's my review of the 2023 movie, The Jester. Have you seen The Jester? What did you think of it? Do you share my opinion that it was a very, very average horror movie? Leave your comments down below. I doubt whether they'll be making a sequel to this. I think they tied the story up and that. But the ending, you're thinking all sorts and that. You're trying to make sense of the ending and that, you know. But it was just a bit of a weird ending, guys. And I didn't like, as I say, I could have done without the dad's ghost popping up all the time and that. And as he was popping up, his face was like rotten, you know, like he was like a decaying corpse, something along the lines of American Werewolf, you know, when his mate popped up and he was decaying. But this was very, very subtle and that, you know, yeah. But could have left that part out where the dad was popping up all the time, and you know, that was a bit ridiculous, yeah. Sorry, guys, I still got this bloody cough. Okay, then, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Usually, if you like it, you know, please feel free to share, subscribe, comments. But as I say, yeah, it's very, very mediocre film. It started off good as well, real good and that, but it just hit the ground, you know, it just fell flat on its face near the end. But that's just my opinion. You know, I'm not saying don't buy it. Give it a shot yourself, see what you think of the Jester. All right, then, guys, that's it. See you soon. Bye for now.